Hey guys, this is Austin. Recently, my friend Jake and I got the chance to check out Consumer Reports headquarters in New York, where they test everything from smartwatches to lawnmowers. So I think the coolest thing that I saw was the anechoic chamber. So if you guys have never seen an anechoic chamber before, it's this massive room. It was a big room too.
It was very large.
And so basically there's a lot of audio testing done, so things like speakers, microphones, all that kind of stuff. But it's really weird to be inside one of those.
Yeah, because the sound travels differently. So Austin did a thing where he stood in the corner and just talked, and then turned around and you could hear him. Because I can't really explain it. You really need to listen to it.
Talking.
And you have to speak louder when you're in there because it doesn't reverberate off the walls. The sound doesn't travel. It's very interesting.
It's almost like you've got like your fingers in your ears or something and you're talking. Like it's a really weird experience.
But it feels normal when you're in there. It's not until you leave the room that you realize that you've been speaking at a louder volume than when you were in the room. But the interesting thing about the room, like the reason that they have a room here like that, is because when you listen to any sort of audio device, you're generally doing it in an environment where you're walking down the street, or you have sound canceling headphones, you're on a plane. But to get the actual beautiful sound that you really want to test, you need to be in a room where there is no exterior noises. So that's why they have this incredible room.
So after that, then we decided to go check out some of the TV stuff.
Oh, and that was amazing.
Yeah, so first of all, some of the OLED TVs that they were testing, like so good looking. But yeah, the TVs looked great, but I think some of the testing was actually really cool as well. So they had like, as far as like testing motion blur, they had different patterns that would display on screen. I didn't realize how much actual work went into testing a TV. Like just even like adjusting the picture profiles and making sure that the black levels and the white levels and the contrast and color, all these things have to be exactly right to be able to accurately compare a TV, not just turn on vivid mode and say, oh, it looks great, and call it a day, which is what I would do. So they had basically it was a Faraday cage. It was, you could walk in there and they close the door, it completely, have no cell service whatsoever, and they actually had their own, what was basically a cell phone, well, it's not an antenna, but it's basically like their own cell network that they could create on the fly. Like, that was crazy. Like, I put my phone up in front of the meter, and literally, I called him, and as I called, you actually see the spike of my phone trying to call, and I was able to pick it up.
And also, I don't know if you got any shots of this, but there was a compact Vsauce that I was very enamored with, because I haven't seen one of those since I was like 10 years old. Anyway, after we went to the cell phone lab, we did something else that was incredible, which was we hung out with a bunch of models.
Like, hello, ladies. The coolest thing though was when we actually got to go and try. So they had a couple cups of Jell-O that we each got to try.
So we could talk about the sweetness. The panelists would have to talk about how sour it is, how sweet it is. They would tell me how sweet it is on a scale of 1 to 15. And we have references, so they'd have solutions in front of them. Is that one as sweet, sweeter, less sweet?
Less sweet.
Really? Okay,
Yeah, less sweet.
Because actually those are both out of the same package, lemon gelatin, and one we just dropped in some red food color.
Oh no! So, we were like, oh, this is, it's lemony, and there's no flavor here. Oh, this one's great, it's amazing, and it was just color.
Yeah.
So
it influenced, because we were like, oh yeah, the orange one is like more citrusy and kind of has like tangerine.
But they had a way of getting around that, right? So there are these testing rooms that basically you walk in, and it's all red lights, so you can't see the color, so you can't let that influence you at all. They have like special air conditioning to make sure that you're not like smelling something else in the building. Yeah, it's the same. Alright. The red light has convinced me that the food coloring is just food coloring.
Hey, come back!
Okay, we're coming! In
Conclusion. What?
Consumer Reports is cool.
Consumer Reports is really cool.
Yes.
And the stuff, like the amount of work that goes into figuring out just anything. So with the cell phone one, for example, they can test it just at 1 bar and then at full bars. And I didn't know this, but at 1 bar it actually uses more battery than when it's at full service.
It's having to really work to pull the signal down.
But they test everything. They even have a machine that was specifically made just to tumble things. Which is insane.
You want to just drop test? No. There's a professional tumbler.
There's the Fugel Blugel, whatever. It had a
That was the name. That was the name.
I'm sorry, I just ruined.
Flugel Blugel.
Sorry, Sweden.
No, but seriously, thanks so much to Consumer Reports for actually having us out here and giving us the full tour, and it was actually a lot of fun.
It was
really
fun.
surprised.
Yeah.
And of course, subscribe to this guy. You guys know him, Vsauce3. And big thanks to Consumer Reports for helping us record this video. Do you ever get the feeling that someone's watching you?